The Buffalo Bills continue to fine-tune their roster as they prepare for the start of the 2025 NFL season. On Thursday, the team announced 3 significant practice squad moves, completing the current unit with 17 players. The changes include the release of cornerback Daquan Hardy and the signings of defensive end Andre Jones Jr. and cornerback Jalen Kimber. At first glance, these transactions may seem minor, but they represent strategic decisions designed to give the Bills greater depth and flexibility ahead of a long and challenging season. For context, the practice squad serves as a critical component of NFL roster construction. It consists of players who practice daily with the active roster but are not among the 53 players eligible for game days unless they are elevated. These players are often the first called upon when injuries occur or when the team needs to make tactical adjustments. The Bills currently have 17 spots available rather than the usual 16, thanks to offensive lineman Travis Clayton, who qualifies as an international player and grants Buffalo 1 additional slot. Among the new additions, the signing of cornerback Jalen Kimber stands out. At 6'4" and 175 pounds, Kimber is an athletic and versatile defensive back with experience across multiple major college programs. He began his college career at Georgia, transferred to Florida, and eventually finished at Penn State, showcasing his ability to adapt to different defensive systems and schemes. Kimber entered the NFL as an undrafted free agent with the Tennessee Titans earlier this year but failed to make their initial 53-man roster. In 2024, during his senior season, he recorded 37 total tackles, including 1 tackle for loss and 3 passes defended. Over his entire college career, he totaled 1 interception and 9 passes defended. While his numbers don't jump off the page, scouts have consistently praised his raw athleticism, size, and potential, qualities that Buffalo believes they can further develop. The Bills also signed defensive end Andre Jones Jr., a player with a bit more NFL experience under his belt. Drafted in the 7th round of the 2023 NFL Draft by the Washington Commanders, Jones played in 16 career games, starting 2 of them. During his rookie season, he appeared in 14 games for Washington, tallying 4 combined tackles and 3 passes defended. In addition, Jones logged 250 snaps on special teams, making him a valuable depth piece who can contribute in multiple areas. Meanwhile, the team parted ways with cornerback Daquan Hardy, who had been holding one of the practice squad spots. Hardy, who entered the league as an undrafted rookie, couldn't secure a role in the rotation and was released to make room for the new signings. There's still a chance Hardy could find a landing spot with another team before the season begins. It's important to note that while Thursday's moves completed the current iteration of the Bills' practice squad, this likely won't be the final version. As the team inches closer to Week 1, more roster adjustments are expected. 2 key moves will involve activating defensive lineman Jordan Phillips and veteran safety Jordan Poyer to the 53-man roster once they're cleared from injury, further reshaping the depth chart. These roster decisions highlight Buffalo's ongoing strategy to build a deep, versatile, and competitive team heading into 2025. With Josh Allen at quarterback and the franchise coming off multiple playoff runs, expectations are sky-high. However, the AFC remains loaded with contenders, including the Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, and Miami Dolphins. To stay competitive in such a stacked conference, the Bills know they need to maximize every roster spot, and that includes investing in young, developmental talent on the practice squad. For head coach Sean McDermott and general manager Brandon Beane, the goal is simple: ensure the roster is prepared for any situation the season might bring. Injuries, performance slumps, and tactical adjustments are inevitable in the NFL, and having reliable players ready to step up at a moment's notice can make all the difference in a team's postseason push. Adding Kimber and Jones Jr. gives the Bills more flexibility, especially on defense and special teams. Kimber provides size and potential in the secondary, while Jones' versatility and special teams experience strengthen another critical unit. These additions may not grab national headlines, but they could prove valuable when the Bills face roster challenges later in the season. Lastly, it's worth emphasizing that the practice squad isn't just a holding ground, it's a proving ground. Many NFL starters and impact players began their careers here, using the extra time to develop their skills and adapt to the speed of the pro game. For Kimber and Jones Jr., this is a chance to showcase their talent, earn the trust of the coaching staff, and potentially secure a permanent spot on the active roster. As Buffalo finalizes these adjustments, all eyes remain focused on the bigger goal, returning to the playoffs and finally pushing for a Super Bowl berth. The road won't be easy, but the Bills are quietly building the depth and resilience they'll need to compete at the highest level in 2025. The Buffalo Bills have officially welcomed back one of their franchise icons, safety Jordan Poyer. Less than 24 hours after the announcement, the veteran defender was back on the practice field in Orchard Park, wearing Buffalo colors for the first time in over a year. For Poyer, the return marks not only a reunion with the organization where he built his NFL legacy but also a chance to close his career on his own terms, right where his heart has always been. Poyer, now 34 years old, signed a one-year deal with Buffalo to join the team's practice squad. While this move might not seem monumental on paper, it carries a deep emotional weight for both the player and the fan base. After spending the 2024 season with the Miami Dolphins, Poyer made it clear that his heart never left Western New York. For him, this isn't just about football, it's about coming home. Speaking with reporters after his first practice back, Poyer was candid about his return and his relationship with head coach Sean McDermott. He's adapted, he's evolved, he's grown, he's learned. He's made some mistakes and learned from them and continued to grow. There's a reason people want to come back here, and Sean is a big part of that. He's a player's coach. Poyer's words reflect not only his respect for McDermott but also the culture the Bills have built over the years, one where veterans want to return, even if it means taking on a smaller role. And that's exactly what this phase of Poyer's career represents: mentorship, leadership, and unfinished business. Poyer originally joined the Bills in 2017 and quickly became one of the most respected leaders in the locker room. Alongside his longtime safety partner Micah Hyde, he helped transform Buffalo's secondary into one of the most feared units in the NFL. He earned first-team All-Pro honors in 2021 and became a vocal leader during the franchise's rise into perennial contention. But in March 2024, the Bills made a series of difficult financial decisions to manage the salary cap, and Poyer was one of the casualties. Buffalo released several beloved veterans, including center Mitch Morse, cornerback Tre'Davious White, designated a post-June 1 release, Siran Neal, and Deontay Hardy. The strategy was clear: reset the roster with younger, cheaper talent while making room for upcoming contract extensions for stars like Josh Allen and Stefon Diggs. For fans, losing Poyer was painful. He wasn't just another player, he was a cornerstone of Buffalo's modern identity, one of the faces of the team's defensive resurgence. After his release, Poyer signed a one-year deal with the Miami Dolphins, joining a division rival. But by his own admission, the experience was challenging. "It was a really tough year," Poyer said, without elaborating on the details. In Miami, he struggled to find his footing, battling injuries, adapting to a new defensive system, and missing the tight-knit locker room culture he had cherished in Buffalo. While the Dolphins had a strong roster on paper, it never truly felt like home for Poyer, and now, his emotional return to Orchard Park confirms that. This comeback isn't about reclaiming his old starting spot. Instead, Poyer will serve as an experienced voice in the secondary, helping mentor the next generation of Bills defenders. With younger safeties like Taylor Rapp, Cole Bishop, Jordan Hancock, and Damar Hamlin on the roster, Poyer's presence could be invaluable for their development. This move mirrors what Buffalo did late last season with Poyer's longtime running mate, Micah Hyde, who returned to the team in a mentorship capacity after injuries piled up. Just like Hyde, Poyer understands that his role has shifted. He won't be playing with the starters, the ones, or even the primary backups, the twos. Instead, he's focused on scouting, preparation, and being ready if the team calls upon him in an emergency situation. His knowledge of McDermott's defensive system, his leadership qualities, and his emotional connection to the franchise make him an ideal fit for this transitional role. More than anything, this signing represents Poyer's desire to finish his career in Buffalo. When asked about why he came back, His answer was short and heartfelt. "This is where my heart is. This is home. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to retire." For Poyer, this isn't just about playing football, it's about legacy. After 7 seasons in Buffalo, 4 playoff appearances, and countless battles alongside teammates and fans, he wants his story to end where it began, with the Bills Mafia behind him. For the Bills, bringing Poyer back provides more than just depth, it's about stability and culture. His mentorship can accelerate the growth of Buffalo's younger safeties while also giving the coaching staff an experienced voice they trust in the locker room. And for fans, it's a chance to celebrate one of the franchise's most respected leaders one last time. There's also hope, whispered but real, that Poyer's farewell tour could end the way everyone dreams, with a Super Bowl ring. After years of heartbreak and near misses, the Bills enter 2025 hungrier than ever, led by Josh Allen and a talented roster still looking to make history. Poyer's return may not grab national headlines, but it represents the kind of emotional boost and leadership that championship teams are built on. For now, Jordan Poyer is exactly where he wants to be, back in Buffalo, back with his teammates, and back in front of the passionate fans who never stopped loving him. And as Bills Mafia welcomes him home, one thing is certain: nobody wants to see him back in Miami.